Kayla Cone back with another quick hypno tip. Looks like I've been in a little bit of a fight. I haven't. Well, sort of. I guess I have some skin cancer that I'm battling. So put on your sunscreen or your sunscreen every day, even if it's cloudy. So anyway, today I would like to talk a little bit about the best ways to stop that nagging, spinning internal dialogue. So, we have that internal dialogue. I don't know if anybody else has that, maybe even with a touch of anxiety. It's never good things that we're saying to ourselves. It's always, or me anyway, when I have this kind of spinning internal dialogue, it's nothing that's positive, and it often even builds on itself and gets me even more worked up. So I want to walk you through a really quick and easy process. All these processes are really nice and easy that I like to share because I want to make sure that you do them. So the more you do them, the faster you shift into the way that you want to be, the faster you change into the person that you want to be, and the faster you can change your life and even help to shift those around you in the way that they react to you. So as often as you can do these things, every time you notice that you have something coming up that you're ready to change, shift into one of these quick hypno tips that I've provided, and you'll find that every single day you feel better and better. The more often you catch those things, the more quickly you are changing physically, the neural connections in your mind and creating new connections so that your brain, which is a pattern making machine on its own, so that your brain can quickly shift into making the patterns that work best for us. So as often as you can become aware of, these things that you're ready to change and can shift into a better way of being, the faster you'll change and your brain will catch on. And then you'll find that, in this example, that spinning commentary, it just doesn't happen so much anymore. Or maybe it's very slow, or maybe you can catch it right away and shift into, a better way of being. So I really, really encourage you to use these as often as possible. So for this example, or for this process, this is just about taking a moment and shifting into peripheral vision. So when we get worked up about things and we start having that commentary go in our mind, what can happen is that we can, just humans, it's a human thing, right? There's nothing, it's not you, it's not me, it's just a matter of being human. So what can happen is that our body will shift us into foveal vision, which is where it gets really focused in on something. So if you can think about, if you're driving behind some jerk who's driving in front of you, or maybe they cut you off or whatever, if you pay attention, you'll find that you can get really focused in on that car and that jerk that's in that car, and all the things about the jerk. But if we can have an awareness of that and notice that that's happening, and instead allow ourselves to shift out into all of the things that are around us, it just sends a message to our nervous system that we don't want to be focused in, that actually things are okay. We don't need to be in fight or flight. We don't need to have ragey thoughts going in our mind. We can actually shift into kind of a calmer feeling. And then you'll find that really there's less people that cut you off, or if they do, you're just not so bothered by it. And I can't begin to tell you what a difference that makes, what that's like in terms of the domino effect or the ripple effect in your life. If you're driving home from work or from wherever and some jerk cuts you off, that can really, start, if you allow that to bother you, that can really start to shift into, now when you get home, you're all cranky, and then you see that your kids made a mess, and then you see, XYZ, and it's just, it builds exponentially, and then we're grumpy. But if that jerk cuts you off and you don't even notice, and instead you take in the beautiful drive that you have, maybe there's some beautiful trees around you or whatever, that then when you get home and there's a mess at home, your kids have made a mess, it's not so much of a big deal, right? You can just help kind of get things going, and it really changes everything. Then your kids go to bed happy, you go to bed happy. It's just, I can't begin to tell you the difference that it will make if you can take these small moments to let your body know, I don't need to be in fight or flight. I don't need to be ragey. I can be calm, and how that will change everything. So the way that you do this is to find a spot. So to just kind of focus your gaze on. So that could be this doorknob over here. That could be this. It could be this. It could be something over the screen. So just find a spot, any spot, and then just begin to focus on it. And so while you're doing that, going ahead and just taking a nice deep breath in, and then breathing out completely. And remembering to belly breathe. So the best kind of breathing that you can be doing if you have your hand on your belly will be to feel your hand lift up as your belly fills with air. So again, breathing in deeply into your belly and then breathing out twice as long. And then just to really get the good feeling with that, going ahead and breathing in deeply and breathing out twice as long. That's right. So going ahead and finding that spot that you're going to focus on now and just gently resting your eyes there. And then as you do that, keeping your eyes focused on that spot, just allow your vision to just spread and extend and expand a little bit further out so that you notice more of what's around that spot. And then focusing in on that spot, noticing, expanding into more of what's around that. And then expanding even more. Noticing the walls around you. Noticing the ceiling above you. Noticing the floor below you as you just focus on that spot. And then continuing to expand even further so that it's almost as though you could see all the way behind you, all the way above you, and all the way below you. As you breathe in deeply and breathe out completely. And noticing how still you've become. And many of my clients report that that internal dialogue ceases or slows incredibly. So when you've gotten to this place that you're so much calmer and that that voice has quieted exponentially, think of someone that you love very, very much. And Amanda, imagine sending love to them, noticing them take that on and send it back to you like a warm hug, feeling what it feels like to know that you are so loved. And if there's something else nice you'd like to say to yourself, you can say that now. That might be something like, you know, you've really done a lot today, and I'm really, really proud of you. So taking a moment, just soaking in and enjoying this wonderful feeling. And then whoever it was that you thought of, going ahead when this ends and telling them how very much you love them so that they can feel that even here today. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions at all, you can always feel free to ask me. I'm happy to answer them. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I am so, so proud of you for taking this moment for yourself. Bye-bye.